Hello, this is Olivia Troy from GForge, and today I will be talking to you about the new configuration system that is available in GForge version 6.4.0. In the current development version, GForge no longer relies on files for the server configuration. It uses a database configuration system. There is now a command line utility /opt/gforge/bin/gf-config that can be used to perform config operations. Running gf-config without arguments will print a list of available commands, as you can see here. Settings have the prefix system for everything previously in /etc/gforge/gforge.conf or the plugin names, followed by a dot and then a setting name. For example, to list all current settings for Git, first I would go into /opt/gforge and I would php bin/gf-config. And then I would list all scm git followed by a dot and an asterisk. This will list all the available git config options. To set or change one of these settings, I would run php bin/gf-config set and then the setting name that I want to change. In this case, I'm going to choose the scm git.useSSH value and change it to true. So I type scm git.useSSH followed by the value that I want it to be, which is true. This will set the config option to true without having to go into the scm git file. Then if I want to check this, to get the setting, I would type php bin/gf-config get scm git.useSSH and it returns as true. Configuration keys have the same name as in the files, and you can still use the configuration files for reference. For example, you can go to /etc/gforge/plugins/scmgit and view the scmgit.conf file. This will show a list of the support keys. As you can see, the config use SSH value that we changed earlier is here. So let's take a look at how you can know the new config settings name. So if you start in a directory in a file, as you can see in this example, we're in the scmgit directory and the scmgit.conf file, which contains config settings including this config use SSH setting. This becomes scmgit.useSSH. It gets the scmgit from the file name and the useSSH from the actual config setting. Following this pattern, you can use this new configuration system starting in GForge version 6.4.0. Thank you for watching. To keep up to date on all GForge news, check out our blog at blog.gforgegroup.com. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to email us at feedback@gforgegroup.com. And if we aren't already, let us manage a server for you, or you can download it for yourself at gforgegroup.com.